Respected friends, welcome for one more day of study of Upanishads, with which we are keeping in touch with the truth. In spite of how much ever we are busy in the world, how much ever is our Vyaktitva personality is whatever it is. Each one's Vyaktitva or personality determines his way of lifestyle. If someone is straight away absolutely Shuddha Sattva Guna, for him, doing spirituality is like duck takes to waters. But for others who have got the earned Rajotamo samskara of many, many lives, it is so painful and struggle even to sit or even thought of even satsang also. Whatever category we belong to, but by God's grace, our effort, at least we are being regular in our study. That is a great, great satisfactory thing. As a Purushartha, the two things we have to do are not miss these classes, come what may. We will try for that maximum. Other thing is, even at least in the class, if we can try to grasp some information, knowledge, or conviction, that will be great. The third Purushartha can be even beyond the class, just browsing through the book, going through the subject. More greater than that is in that secluded place, contemplating on the knowledge that is gained. Even higher than that is the commitment to become conscious of that knowledge all the time and live up to it. So we are at the first level of being regular to our study. That is the beginning. It should continue. It should never stop. The remaining steps, one by one, we will achieve as and when our willpower grows, our purity grows, the divine blessings, Guru blessings come on us, even those sublime things also happen. So, right now, enjoy being in the class, being in the company of the great Rishi Muni of your, also in the company of Shruti Mata, and nothing less than Brahma Tattva itself. What more we want? Like every day today also, Taittiriya, Yoga Darshana, Mundaka, Gita, Bhagavatam, Dashama Dvadasha, Adhyatma Ramayanam, then Ashtottaram. These will be our 8 programs, and in the beginning, chanting of Aruna Prashna. We have done 105 mantras. We have some 30 40 more. Let us do them. Start. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमामस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ओमा ब्रह्मलोकादाशेषादालोकालोकपर्वतात् ये वसन्ति द्विजा देवाः तेभ्यो नित्यं नमो नमः। ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीवेदव्यासवैशम्पायने आग्निवल्क्य आद्यशङ्करादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य निर्विघ्नेन शीघ्रगतिना अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणे इतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रह प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से वैदिक संस्कृते विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम समस्त भक्त साधकानां विघ्न शत्रु निवारण द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री अरुण प्रश्नस्य पारायणं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। अरुण प्रश्न। अरुण महाराज आ भी गए हैं क्लास में आज। फ्रॉम 106 टू 110। ओम अथ अरुण प्रश्न। ओम यास्तिस्रः परमजाः इंद्रघोषा वो वसुभिरेवा ये वेति पंचचितय उपदधाति पांक्तोऽग्निः यावानेवाग्निः तञ्चिनुते लोकं प्रणया द्वितीयामुपदधाति पंचपदा वै विराट तस्या वा इयं पादः अंतरिक्षं पादः द्यौः पादः दिशः पादः परोरजाः पादः विराज्येव प्रतितिष्ठति य एतमग्निं चिनुते य उचैनमेवं वेद अग्निं प्रणीयोपसमाधाय तमभित एता अभीष्टका उपदधाति अग्निहोत्रे दर्शपूर्णमासयोः पशुबन्धे चातुर्मास्येषो अथो आहुः सर्वेषु यज्ञक्रतुष्विति अतः स्माहारुणः स्वायम्भुवः सावित्रः सर्वोऽग्निरित्यननुषङ्गं मन्यामहे नानावा एतेषां वीर्याणि कमग्निं चिनुते क्षत्रियमग्निं चिन्वानः कमग्निं चिनुते सावित्रमग्निं चिन्वानः कमग्निं चिनुते नाचिकेतमग्निं चिन्वानः कमग्निं चिनुते चातुर्होत्रियमग्निं चिन्वानः कमग्निं चिनुते वैश्वसृजमग्निं चिन्वानः कमग्निं चिनुते उपानुवाक्यमाशुमग्निं चिन्वानः कमग्निं चिनुते इममारुणकेतुकमग्निं चिन्वान इति वृषा वा अग्निः वृषाणौ सग्गस्वालयेत अन्येतास्य यज्ञः तस्मान्नानुषज्यः सोत्तरवेदिषु क्रतुषु चिन्वित उत्तरवेद्यागह्यग्निं चीयते प्रजाकामश्चिन्वित प्राजापत्यो वा एषोऽग्निः प्राजापत्याः प्रजाः प्रजावान् भवति य एवं वेद पशुकामं चिन्वित संज्ञानं वा एतत् पशूनां यदा पशूनामेव संज्ञानेऽग्निं चिनुते पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अत श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद। ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेत तद्वक्तारमावेत आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ षष्ठोऽनुवाकः। ॐ असन्नेव स भवते असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत् अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेद्वेद सन्तमेनन्ततो विदुरिते तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य अथातोऽनुप्रश्नाः उत विद्वानमं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चन गच्छति। आहो विद्वानमं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुताहु सोकामयत बहुस्यां प्रजा ये येति सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा इदगं सर्वमसृजत यदिदं किञ्च तत्सत्यमित्य तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्राविशत्। तदनुप्रविश्य सच्चत्यच्चाभवत् निरुक्तं च निरुक्तं च निलयनं च निलयनं च विज्ञानं च विज्ञानं च सत्यं चानृतं च सत्यमभवत् यदिदं किञ्च तत्सत्यमित्याचक्षते तदप्येष श्लोको भवति। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः Shanti. Let us salute wholeheartedly Parabrahma Tattva Shruti Mata, all Brahma Vidya Acharya, Rishimani Guru Devata Gana. Special salutations to Vedavyasa, Vaishampani, Agnivalkya, and more special to Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankara, the Bhashyakara, who is making us to rightly think, contemplate on the Vedanta Upanishadic mantras for the correct understanding of the truth, the self, the reality, the Brahma, the Atma Vastu. Through this Vicharana Marga, which is not everybody's right, it needs a tremendous amount of intellect's purity, intellect's subtlety, intellect's single pointedness that will be able to pierce through all the layers of notions, misunderstandings, and see that which is beyond the immaculate, never changing, ever the same, pure Paramatma Tattva. Vicharana Marga is for very Sukshma Antakarana, Shuddha Antakarana Yukta Sadhakas. For the less grade of people, they have to do the yoga, bhakti, karma, and all, then they have to come to this. Anyway, we have taken up for going through it, for having the glimpse of it. Study of Upanishads from Isha we started. We are into Taittiriya now. In this also, second Brahmananda Valli. Each of the Anuvaka, how potential, how substantial, we are seeing it. All said and done, intellectual apprehension or comprehension itself has to become more deeper for you and me, the regular students. After that, along with that, even the sadhana, like we have done the upasana prakriya of a first valli, the shiksha valli. But did we do any of the upasana? We studied the Veda Manuchacharyonte Vasina Manushasti. How much of that we practiced? Rutam cha swadhyaya pravachane cha satyam cha swadhyaya. How much of that mantra? Or at least did we pray to the Paramatma in the form of Omkara, asking him to bless us with all Veda Shakti and Jnanam, so too the Dhanadi for doing the Yajna, which was there in the fourth Anuvaka of the first Prakaranam, first Valli. Yes Chandasam Rishabho. That means what? What to do to get the ultimate are being given to us regularly. The knowledge aspect, theory aspect. But practically, it is no doubt that we are lacking or lagging behind. Therefore, may we invoke divine grace, may we invoke our own willpower, etc. Right thinking, right decision. More important than all, the right ability to manage our days, hours, time, energies in such a way That for sadhana, regularly we are able to duly spend that time. Not the sadhana which we are thinking and doing of japa upasana ityadi, that anyway we will do. But here the sadhana, what exactly the Upanishad is guiding us in contemplation and rising above. So too in the second Anuvakam or Valli, we were given the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma explanation. Has it become pakka in our understanding? Did we do the sadhana of repeated contemplation of that? So too we were given the Panchakosha Vishleshana. Have we deeply done that Panchakosha Viveka? As a reminder, Bhagavan has given us yesterday, day before, through Adhyatma Ramayana class, Kam se kam the Annamaya Kosha Vicharana. So when Sri Rama asks Tara, he lying down, is he your husband, the body, or the embodied inside? That is a big, big thing in Annamaya Kosha Vicharana, wherein it is so conspicuous. He is not the one who was inside it responding to her, the Tara. He is gone. Therefore, that Jiva is not this Deha. Same way in us also. I am Jiva stationed in Deha. Deha is not me. It is mine. It is given. It will be taken back also. As long as it is given to me, let me do best use of it. Not for bhoga, but for the yoga. In this way, Anna Prana Mano Vijnana Ananda did we contemplate. In the Anandamaya Kosha, what is a crucial thing said? That our Ananda depends on our Mana Chitta's position, and Chitta's position of reflecting Brahmananda depends on the things and being situations around. But most crucial thing that the things, beings, situations around are in the mind, which create a conducive chitta for reflecting our own Brahma Ananda as Ananda Priyamoda Pramoda. All that depends on our own Swakruta Punya Karma, Swakruta Dharma Karma, Upasana Karma. Are we convinced about it thoroughly, and therefore daily doing that Punya Karma and Upasana Karma for a better and healthy surroundings and helps for us. This way, if we question, good that we are studying, but as regards practical thing to be done is concerned, we have to take a very strong initiative and keep on moving on the path. And of late, what we are doing is that Brahma Tattva Vicharana is going on. Astiva na astiva, gacchativa na gacchati, samashnuteva na samashnute. So have we contemplated and discovered these two things? Thing one, Brahman is Asti. Second, Brahman is Asti Sarupena eva Asti. He is existing. He is existing as existence. Are our intellects fully convinced about it? We have to think about it. ऊपर ऊपर नहीं, ऊपर ऊपर तो सब लोग सुनते हैं. Once in a while, everybody listens to Vedanta and talk also. But that never helped anyone. Na? So, asti, nasti, is that question became clear to us. So many beautiful examples, analysis, the Shruti Mata and our Bhashyakara has given. Through that, it was easy for us to accept the Brahman is asti. Then we came in the explanation of asti, the quotation so kamayata. Then what's the difference between our kamana and Parabrahma's Kavana, we have also seen thoroughly. So these are all the very important things which take us to deeper understanding about the Paramatma and his relation to the world, by which we have to relinquish our associations and identities. Finally, उनकी सृष्टि है बस, हम भी उन्हीं के हैं. That's what Nachiketa says to his father. Every property is yours. I am also your property. So where am I? Where, whom are you giving me to? See, that's how the great thing. We ourselves don't belong to us. Our upadhis vyashti belong to samashti. Our own Jiva Bhava belongs to Paramatma only. Because of his reflection in the Ahamruti only, this reflected consciousness, Ashidabhasa, enlivening the Aham. Thus, Aham is becoming knower, doer, enjoyer, etc. Today we'll see that in our Adhyatma Ramayana class. In this way, thereafter, the main mantra again we starting wherein so kamayata bahusyam praja yeti satabhotabhyata satabastaptva. All these things started being discussed by us. First we saw saha kamayata. Saha means that Atma. Which Atma? From whom the Akashadi have come. In this way, which was said in the first Anuvakam of the second Valli. So, Saha Kamayata, Saha Kamitavan. Kamana means just Sankalpa here. Okay. What was his Kamana? What was his Sankalpa? Bahusyam. Bahusyam become very subtle and deeper in these next few minutes of discussion, which we already discussed. We are redoing everything. So the Bhagavan Sankalpa was ki, let me become many. He can't have Sankalpa of let me get something because there is nothing other than him. Is it not to get? Therefore, let me become many. Bahu Syamo. So, Bahu Prabhutam Syam Bhaveyam. So, Prabhutam Bhaveyam. So, I am single, then I want to become many. Focus on this only. Because Sahara Vedant ka crux isi mein hai. I am one, I want to become many. And this has a very deep connection, this topic, with the manyness which we are seeing. We are sorting out the answer for the many which we are seeing now. We are beginning to. And on the deep contemplative seat, all will be sorted out. Means we will be able to transcend the many that are seen to find the one common substrate. That is the goal of Upanishads. No? Goal of all Vedanta is to discover that one without second Paramatma, who is beyond, behind every Rupa Nama which we are seeing. हाउ इट ऑल दैट लॉजिकली क्या है ये उपनिषद में हमको बता रहे नो अदर उपनिषद हैज और प्लेस इट इज टच्ड सो क्लियरली हियर सह कामयता द प्योर कॉन्शियस ब्रह्मन फ्रॉम होम द आकाशादि केम ही इज द वन हु डिड द कामना हिज कामना इज बहुश्याम मे आई बिकम मेनी दैट इज बिकमिंग और क्रिएट और appear any word, but he wanted to become many. And that become many, the next word is prajayeya is given. By creating into many, let me become many. So the father also thinks by creating the children, let me have big family. Once the father gets the children, then the children and father are separate. This is the main point in Vedanta here. In this way, just like if he has got a dozen children, they are not him now anymore. Some of them can be lost, some of them can even die in the womb, some of them can be very against him, some can be loving. None of them have same shape or anything. He is no more in them. Some may fight with him. They may leave in him, leave and go. All these things are said only to say that the children born and the father are not same. In this way is not the creation of Brahman of the world. Clear? Whatever the Brahman has created, he is very much inherently in them as their substratum. Okay. To sort it out, therefore, Shruti Mata has to thoroughly explain to us, Shankara Bhagavan, then what must have exactly happened, or what the way the creation should happen to satisfy this conditioning that even after creation, The created and creator are not separate. What could be the way by which, even after the creation, the creator and created are not separate? Like in the father, creator, children created are separate. Okay. The mud pot created, the pot maker creator, they're not same. You created a house. You are not a house. But Brahman created world. Brahman is still as is in the world everywhere. How to sort out it? Okay. The only way to sort out it is you have to redefine the creation. Therefore, what is the creation? To the same Brahma, giving Rupa, giving Nama, only is creation. That's it. Then obvious question comes, where were the Rupa Namas? Where from they came? Now, in that simple common sense thought, Shruti Mata and Guru need not tell us the answer. It should be our own common sense understanding. Where from that Rupa Nama must have come. What was there? From that only they should come, no? What was there? The Rupanama Rahita Brahman alone was there. So therefore from him only they must have come. Then if they have come now, therefore you call it as creation. Where were they earlier? Obviously in the Brahman in an unmanifest form. Therefore what is creation? Atmastha, then anabhivyakta रूपनाम अभिव्यक्ति एव सृष्टि. This is the only thing which satisfies the condition. Condition is what? The Paramatma should be permeating in that srishti. And he is very much permeating. He being pure existence, which is already discovered as Asti, has to be there supporting every Rupanama. Otherwise, the Rupanama will become Nasti. But we don't experience any Rupanama. Rupanama means entire world. We don't experience it as Nasti. Every experience is Asti, Asti, Asti only. Therefore, Asti Rupa Brahma is very much is there in every Rupanama. Then, if Asti alone is there very much in every Rupanama, then what's the position of Rupanama? The unmanifested Rupanama got manifested. There, that is called that Rupanama is called as the Paramatma's Anirvasaniya Shakti. After this has happened, what is happening to us is enchanted with Rupanama and its variety. We have started taking, be attentive, taking that Rupanama to be real at the cost of the existing Brahman. This is called delusion. And once the delusion of Rupanama being real it comes, then the Rupanama के साथ ममता लग जाता है, फिर राग द्वेष लग जाता है. All these mental aberrations are the natural outcome of the first mistake of giving reality to the Rupanama. Be conscious here. And as long as the reality or importance of value given to Rupanama, the mana always remains active in having the thoughts, as we just said now, of Ragadvesha, Kama, Krodha, Adi. These Ragadvesha, Kama, Krodha will not allow us to keep quiet. They push us into the activity. And the world is made in such a way, every action has its own reaction in the form of results. So, into those results, we are lost. Remember, when the first thing called as a Rupanama itself is delusion, subsequently, the desires for it also are delusionary. The struggle for it also are delusionary. The obtaining of them also are delusion. And the enjoyment of that also delusion, whether it is enjoyment or suffering. This is what Shastras are saying. And all this you can never sort out unless the substratum of all this called as Brahman is touched in experience. When you experience the Brahman, then we see the Rupa Nama are just expression of Brahman only. They don't have any reality of their own. Therefore, They need not be valued. The moment this clicks, then what happens? As an Rupa Namarayita Brahman, I experience same me, though expressed as Rupa Nama, it stops at that level. It doesn't extend to liking that Rupa Nama, then desiring that Rupa Nama, then doing something with that Rupa Nama. ये सब नहीं होगा. Because you can do something only with Anatma. It is me, हो गया हो. I am every Rupa Nama is me. Neither I have to gain it nor I have to lose it. So gaining and losing is samsara. That won't be there. So that immaculate Rupa Nama Rahita Brahmanayam, out of my own Shakti, the Vishwa is expressed. That's it. There ends the matter. And that expression is my joy. I don't get identified with one part of this expressed Rupa Nama, then have fighting with the other Rupa Nama. Like I earlier had the when I had the Jiva identity. Now I am in the Brahma Anubhuta identity. Therefore, with one particular उपाधि आइडेंटिफाई करके जीव बनकर सुख के लिए मेहनत करना, दुख को पाना, ये सारे मेरे को नहीं टच करते. Because the struggles, the desires to possess, etc., are only for a limited thing, from a limited thing. Those limited things were only imaginations, projections, manifest and manifest play. Infinite is always intact. The pure self, pure existence. I am that. This is how, in deep contemplation, that Vedantin clearly understands the position of the outer Upanama, his own Upani. They all are nothing but the unmanifested in the Brahma and the beginning of creation. Then just got manifested. This is not important. Ki Jagat got manifested from Brahma. What is important is in and through that manifested Jagat, what is there is Brahman alone to such an extent, minus him, that manifested Rupanama are no existing at all. They were just appearing in their own absence is the status of this Rupanama. Even little is given importance, that means the power of the truth called as the existence is borrowed and given to that Rupanama, that become cause of dukkha. That is why that Alata Shanti Prakaranam. In that Alata, वो दिख रहा है बस बाबा उसमें कुछ है ही नहीं कि आप उसको रियल मानकर उसके साथ कुछ व्यवहार करो. Okay, नहीं. Paramatma appearing as Jagat is different. Appearance is taken as real and starting to do the Vyavahara is different. Vyavahara becoming samsara is different. For us, we are at the level of samsara. Samsara को कम कर रहा है. Samsara is that where we have something to gain or lose. There's nothing to gain or lose in this world. When that is done, gaining, losing is dropped, then the samsara gets converted into vyavahara. We are in vyavahara bas. जन्म भी व्यवहार है, मरण में व्यवहार है, बीच में सब जो भी हो रहा है इस ओनली व्यवहार. डोंट मेक इट ए संसार. व्यवहार बिकम संसार when something is expected, something is tried to be protected. Even this vyavahara also, while it all is happening, the truth, the Brahman, the truth, the reality is just intact. It's a play going on. That's it. If we can try to intellectually understand these things and accordingly recognize that one who is immaculate, intact, untouched, in whose presence all drama is happening, then we are nearing to the truth. So kamayat bahusyam prajayeya. Thank you to the Purva Pakshis. When they ask question, Siddhanti answers. When he answers, we get some next level of understanding, deeper level of understanding. So, Kevala Rupanama unmanifest, manifesting is world. Other than that, there is nothing called as the world. nor as the Rupanama independent of Parabrahma. Therefore, who is important is the world of Rupanama, is the Parabrahma. That determines whether we are ignorant samsari or wise mukta. Think about it. In the absence of this true knowledge, the mind started projecting the world and it is real and glittering, the values given to the world, importance given, then creating desire for it, then trying to procure it, hoard it, aggrandize it, indulge in it. लाइक बिग बिग पीपल व्यापारीज इतना पैसा है फिर भी इतने व्यापार करते ही जाते हैं और भी पैसे चाहिए उनको उसकी कोई जरूरत ही नहीं हाँ इफ दे आर डूइंग इट फॉर द सोसाइटी टोटलिटी इफ दैट विजन इज देयर इन देम देन ईश्वरा इज वर्किंग थ्रू देम minus that vision still they are going on doing is just for no reason no need so kamayata bahusyam prajayeya iti okay. Mhm. Now, once this is understood, the unmanifest Rupanama in the Brahman getting manifest only is the creation, and inherent through Rupanama as a support substratum and Atma, the Brahman is very much totally there. Okay. If this knowledge is clear, then what it should lead as a consequence to. Key in this world, therefore, with millions of sizes or varieties or colors and forms, how many any number of things may be there? None of them are at any moment are independent of apart from other than the pure Brahman only. That is what is a big sentence. Here, Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara is giving us. We have to study that today. Yesterday, what we discussed in this way, unmanifest Rupanama manifesting as Rupanama only should be the creation, other than the Brahman who is Niravayava cannot create anything apart out of him, nor being he infinite can become sized into small or big. In this world, everything is sized in small or big. And in this world, everything is, you know, appearing to be other than Brahman. But really, other than this idea of manifestation of Rupanama, really the Brahman never became small. He never created the world separate from him. Therefore, first thing we have to drop is creation. Second thing is we have to accept his appearance. That also in our Vyavahara Dasha. Vyavahara has two things. One is our ignorance of the self, second is our depending on upadhis for the knowledge. When we transcend upadhis, when we get this knowledge of the self, even this Vyavaharika Satta to the Jagat also can be transcended. Purna original Sadvastu alone can be realized. Again, after that Jnanottara Sthiti, we may again do Vyavahara. At that time, we know every Vyavaharika Upadhis inside me as well as the outer names and forms, whatever are there, they all are again permeated by one Brahma Tattva only. अन्यथा न अन्यथा निरवयवस्य ब्रह्मणः बहुत्व आपत्तिः उपद्यते अल्पत्वं वा. Besides, Brahman without avayava cannot be becoming many, nor he can become small or fat or thin, whatever. Yesterday we explained it. Wood is avayava yukta. That is why that wood can be made as door or window or chair or table or any of the wooden thing. Parabrahma is not that way. A gross thing like wood temporary thing like wood or finite limited thing like wood, that it can be made into parts. So therefore it is not avayava yukta. If it has no avayava, then how can it become many? The wood being avayava yukta, it became many. Paramatma is niravayava, it can't become many. When he cannot become many, then how can he become smaller, big? Like with that wood, big door done, small window is done, a very small ventilator is done, so to big dining table is done, small dining table done, the chairs to sit are done. तो इतने सारे बड़ा चौड़ा साइजेस भी और इतने वेराइटीज भी जो अवयव युक्त एनीथिंग है, द गोल्ड का हो, द मड का हो, द वाटर्स का हो, ऑफ द ओशन वुड का हो, वो अवयव वाले चीजों में सब होते हैं. But Brahman is such a sublime thing. In him, the avayavas are not there. Therefore, he, there is no point of himself becoming many, so too becoming into different sizes. It's only a unmanifest Rupa Nama got manifested. That's it. Okay. यथा आकाशस्य अल्पत्वं बहुत्वं च वस्त्वन्तरकृतम् एव. Just like because of the Upadhi, Akasha is talked to be bigger and smaller. Actually, Akasha never suffered duality, therefore, nor became big or small. निरवय आकाश ना दो बना ही नहीं, तो आकाश दो बना ही नहीं, तो बड़ा हॉल का स्पेस, छोटा किचन का स्पेस, ऐसा भी नहीं हो सकता आकाश का. Yet, because of the walls and because of the Vyavahara utility, you make the walls stand, then big space, kitchen space, you call it as, and we do the Vyavahara in that. Yesterday we saw this was the shloka in 12th skandha, that nanatvam is not real. If somebody says it is like this, having said so, yatha hiranyam example was given. One gold by the rubihi through kriyavihi, is it not? Having made into different rupa and put in different places, given different nama and observing different functions in them. While all this is happening, what happened to poor innocent gold? It is inherently everywhere there. In the same way, Laukika Vaidikaihi, Parabrahma only is called in the Laukika Vyavahara as the Manusya Pashupakshi, so to all the names and forms. In the Vaidika, they are called as Varuna, Agni, Vayu, Indra. Same Brahman only. It's a very powerful discussion that was. Same is here also said. Therefore, finally, Ataha Tadvarena Eva Atma Bahu Bhavati. Therefore, this is the only way we can say that the Brahman has become many in the form of the world which you and I are seeing and giving importance and get lost in it. Forgot the Brahman which is immaculate, untouched, never goes the true modifications to suffer. Such a Brahma Vastu se hum itna दूर आ गए. And then we went on adding more and more delusions in our mind, and through delusion, more and more projections in the form of variety of things in the world. और ये सब मिलकर माया है, इसका कोई अंत अपने आप नहीं होता. Now the beautiful paragraph which came, if I'm not wrong, mm, in the last but one or two Anuvaka of the earlier Valli also, this type of discussion came. We have exhaustively studied that also. Here also. Conclusion बता रहे हमको भगवान भाष्यकार कि when we have truly understood so कामयता बहुश्याम प्रजायेय, if these three are thoroughly understood, the consequence of it, first from the Brahman standpoint, is this. After this understanding, with the basis of this understanding, when you see the world of multiplicity, what is its position? It has no independent existence of its own. existence Brahma alone manifesting so many Rupa Nama Rupa, it is playing the Leela. At the time of Pralaya, all those Rupa Nama get dissolved into Paramatma. He alone remains. That topic also to compensate this knowledge, भगवान हमको दे रहे हैं इन भागवतम दी नैमित्तिक प्राकृतिक आत्यंतिक नित्य प्रलयास देखो उनकी कृपा out of so many chapters, topics, cantos, that topic only is there under discussion in the present time, which is related to what we are studying in Bhagavatam there, Adhyatma Ramayana there, also here this one, Upanishad. Now listen careful. If this conviction comes to us, that means the earlier said Brahma Tattva Vicharana, we have done thoroughly and we got it, the result of it, it became fruitful. ध्यान से सुनिए एक एक बात. What is that? Nahi. Nahi means never. He means he verily indeed. He verily indeed. Na, never. What is there? Never. Atmanaha anyatu. Something other than the Atma, which is called not than Atma, therefore Anatma Bhutam. Nahi Atmanaha anyat Anatma Bhutam. Bhutam is being. Anatma Bhutam means not self. Atmanaha anyat means other than the self. Therefore, there is no actual thing called as not self only, other than self. This should be the consequence. Every Rupa Nama is the manifestation of Brahman only in the Rupa Nama Rupa. Anything as Anatma is unreal. So, Nahi Atmanaha Anyat Anatma Bhutam. Actually, this is enough to understand, but only the explanation of this sentence is given further. First point is what? Something other than the self as not self is not at all there. Here, which self is talked about? The pure Satyam Jnanavanantam Brahma. Who has done the Kamana, then who the Kamana was Bhashyam, then that is through Prajayaya. And in that Prajayaya, only his inherent name and form, he just got manifested on himself only. He only got named and he only got formed. That's why innate that name and form vastu, whatever you call, as a substratum, the existence alone is there. So wherever the Rupanama are existing, existence is there supporting them. If the existence is not supporting any Rupanama, then they can't exist because existence is not there. So Atmanahanyat Anatma Bhutam Nahi. Actually conclude हो गया इधर. But the explanation is कि न हि आत्मना अन्यत अनात्मभूतम तत्प्रविभक्त देश कालम, which is other than the Paramatma in different desha, other than the Paramatma in different kala. So किसी भी देश में किसी भी काल में अनात्मा नामक कोई चीज आत्मा से हटकर अलग नहीं है. The earlier analysis should lead to this type of conviction. Because he alone was there, he alone desired to become many by prajayaya, by creating. And what is that creation? Bhupanama he has put on himself. Neither he disappeared, nor he changed, nor he happened anything to him. Only unmanifest Rupanama got manifested. On him only. He alone, every Rupa, every Nama is he. No Rupa Namatmaka Vastu is independent of other than Parabrahma. Earlier, the first beginning was there is no Parabrahma at all. What is there is Jagat only real. Rupa Nama. Now it is different. Existence, pure Parabrahma alone is real. These Rupa Nama are just manifestation. Even the Rupa Nama have no independent existence apart from the Paramatma. Nahi Atmanah Anyato Anatma Bhutam. Then Tat pravibhakta deshakalam we have seen. Then sukshmam, nothing which is subtler than Paramatma. He alone is subtler than all. Then vyavahitam, hmm, vyavahitam means separated from that Parabrahma. Then viprakrustam means which is kept far away from Brahma distance wise. Bhutam in the past. Bhavishyat in the future. Va vastu vidyate. There cannot be any object which is other than the Atma Vastu called as Anatma, separate from that Parabrahma in the Desha, in the Kala, and also away from him, subtler than him, and Vyavahita means separated from him, Viprakushta means distant from him, is not there. Matlab, in the, whatever the ways the two objects can be separated, all those ways by which the two things can be separated or dissolved. When that is done, then there is no separation. There is no separation means there are no two. The no two means there is only one. We have to reach to the Ekameva Dvayam Brahma. So the Atma or Brahma is there as existence. Okay. Other than Brahma as Anatma, an object which is separated from him, distanced by him, kept in some other kala, kept in some other desha, subtle than this Brahman. Okay, these are the words used. Na? In the past or in the future, there is no object. So there is no object other than Brahma in the past. No, there is no object other than Brahma in the future. There is no object other than Brahma itself, Anatma. There is no object which is far away from Brahman. There is no object separated from Brahman. There is no object subtler than Brahmano. So, Pravivakta Deshakalam, Anatma Bhutam, Sukshmam Vyavaitam, Viprakushtam, Bhutam Bhavishyadva Vastu, Atmanaha Anyata, Na Vidyate, Na Vidyate, Na Vidyate. Then what are all of them? Brahman only, named and formed. This knowledge we have to become stronger and stronger and deeper in. And that will become an experience when, for the time being, we devalue all the Rupanama and go to see the substratum. When that substratum is seen, experienced, then we know I alone am there, Brahman. Every Rupanama is my own manifestation. With whatever its varieties, with whatever it is sizes. Then how it happened? Such a terrible varieties of the things of Rupanama, that is called as Agatita Gatana Patiyasi Shakti of Paramatma. That Shakti is there between Sokamayata Bahusyam. Okay. That is not said here. In other Upanishads it is said. परमात्मा ने बहुत श्याम करके कामना किया ना, उस कामना में ही ये माया वाला अनंत शक्ति है जो उस बहुत श्याम को मीन्स आई बिकम मेनी को प्रजाएय को इतना वैरायटी के रूप में बनाया, where all the contradictory pictures are there, which we discussed yesterday. Big mountain is there, small boulder is there. Big ocean is there, small lake is there. Huge, gigantic, those daruka vrukshas are there, small shrubs also are there. Animals like elephant are there, a small rabbit also is there. See, size wise, colors wise, shape wise, weight wise, then it's a perception wise, taste wise, let us say, smell wise. कितनी variety है? The smell of kerosene, smell of petrol, smell of rose, they are different. Taste of sugarcane, taste of jaggery, taste of bitter gourd, taste of imli, each are different. In the world of so many differences, catch this point, is projected on same Parabrahma by this all capable, his own power called as Maya Shakti. That is and it is not end of it. That Maya Shakti can project much, 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 much more. Like the Shakti of the gold to appear as ornaments. How many ornaments the gold can appear as? Can you limit it? Can you count? How many waves the ocean or the water can wave out of it? You can't limit it. In the same way, the Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Maya can manifest on Brahman without changing Brahman uncountable names and forms. But the beauty of it is what? Neither these names and forms are real, independent of Brahman, nor the Brahman ceased to exist after Maya's work of manifesting millions of variety of Rupana. This is Vedanta. And that Brahman which we have to discover as ourselves. Then only the theory becomes finally experiential. At that level, then all variety are seen, but not other than Brahman. Therefore, that samsara, which happens when something is other than me is existing, is impossible in the Brahmanubhuti. संसार कब होएगा? राग द्वेष आदि संसार, जो कोई चीज मेरे से अलग है तो। अब जो ब्रह्म में पहुंच गया, हम सब कुछ मैं ही हूँ। हाउ कैन देयर बी संसार? वाटर कैन नॉट हैव संसार with any of the waves. Why? Because every wave is itself. तो हर चीज मैं ही हूँ, तो मैं एक को प्यार एक को हेट नहीं करता हूँ। लाइक दिस बॉडी, every part of body is me only. It's not that I am attached to one part more and others to the other part more less. ऐसा नहीं है. I love every part because it is me. When everything is me, there is no raga dvesha possible. Only prema is possible. In love, there is joy. In raga dvesh, there are only misery. That's why Brahmagnani, even he sees multiplicity of world, he is never in misery with raga dvesha, but he is in joy with love because he knows all that is me, the Brahman only. क्या बढ़िया सा है देखो ये वाला ज्ञान विचार. So these are all nothing outer things done. It's only intellectual inquiry, intellectual conviction, of course, followed by attempts on the Sita meditation to rise above the Rupa Nama and see the substratum Brahma, because Anubhava alone is the final solution. These are all intellectual understandings to get convinced about the Parabrahma's all permeability and the Mithyatva of the Jagat. Yes, Siddhantik Jnana. Then the question asks, in that Vidya Mithya Jagat, why are you doing the Satya Aropana and getting lost? Think. Then the intellect actually, yeah, right. And with this intellectual understanding that the Rupanama are Mithya, unnecessarily I am getting caught up, I need not. With this idea, when it starts withdrawing from any samsara created Rupanama, you will see a funny thing happening. What is that? Any Rupanama he gives up, no problem happens at all. Because none of them are real. Then inquiry. What is the reality? Truth. He will be doing that inquiry easily because he is not pulled by the Rupanama, because he understood they are Mithya. Therefore, he was by his own choice, by his own choice now giving it up. That's called Vairag. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya iti evam rupo vinischaya. Soyam Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. When Mithya hai Jagat, then how can you have desire for Jagat? Therefore, it is called Vairagya. It leads to Vairagya. Again, I am saying, when Brahman alone is real, theoretically, all Rupanama are Mithya, theoretically understood, then what is wisdom in seeking the Mithya Jagat? No. Then stop. The moment stop pursuing the Mithya Jagat of Rupanama, all the energies, timings which were wasted in that vain pursuit, they are conserved. With that conserved thing, now let me inquire who is what is that Parabrahma. When he does it, he will reach to that Parabrahma Anubhuti. After reaching Anubhuti, when he looks back, he alone is there. There was no Rupanama as such separate from me was persecuting me. This thing today in our evening class of which one? Not Ramayanam. In the 12th skanda, as we saw yesterday, the Rajju wala example, उसमें बताएंगे कि the Jiva is here, Brahma is there, Ahankara is there in between. The Ahankara, born by Brahman, from Brahman, supported by Brahman, is obstructing the other part of the Brahman called as Jiva to discover his oneness with Brahman. That topic and these are related. What is the relation here? When Brahman is real, Jagat Mithya is understood. Then who is the one taking Jagat as real? The Jiva only. Who is Jiva? Ahankari. With what? With the Tadatma Vidupadi. So Aham Aham Tadatma Vidupadi, he is the one who is taking the Rupanamatmaka Jagat as real. And he is the one pursuing that which he took as real. And he alone is suffering. That is the meaning of the second bird in our Mundaka Upanishad. The first bird, sorry. Tayoho Anyaha Pipalam Swaduvati. That bird is this Jiva bird. It is doing karma and getting the karma phala of Sukha Dukkha. Anyaha Vichakashiti. The other bird is in its pristine glory. It is there. Its fulfillment is in being only. It doesn't become like that smaller bird and become hungry to do some karma and get the fruits to eat and become happy. ये सब ड्रामा उस दूसरे अभिचाकशीति पक्षी में नहीं है, वो ये वाले पक्षी में. In the same way, upadhi tadatmya yukta ahankari jiva has something to gain in this world, therefore he goes on struggling. All this being delusory, it will never end. Delusion never ends in delusion. Delusion ends only in wisdom. This point Ramji tells to Thara today. Unless you do vicharana, you cannot come out of this eternally happening delusion. Very powerful today. राम जी का उपदेश मत छोड़ना, आज शाम को जरूर सुनना. तारा को जो उपदेश देते हैं परमात्मा, उसमें ही आता है. Having explained, she asked the question: if Paramatma is blissful, infinite, immaculate, they are jada, which have no experience of itself, then who is the one who is enjoying or suffering? She is asking question. Then Bhagavan says, Aham tadatma with upadhi, unnecessarily becoming the karta, bhokta and suffering. And this is happening eternally. This is called as delusion. And it too won't stop by itself. It won't get eliminated by itself. Then how it goes away? This type of vicharana, say we have to eliminate it. He talks about through the vicharana, when the ahankara is removed, jiva discovers himself is oneness with the Brahma. That quotations of Upanishad, the Bhagavad and all we brought only to continue the topic here, which is not a portion of this Upanishad, but just if at all that question comes. So all this based on this powerful sentence, ki other than the Atma, as an Anatma, one Vastu, is never there in the past, never there in the present, never in the future, never away from him, never apart from him, never Sukshma, never in the any type of thing existing other than Brahma. ब्रह्म के अलावा कोई भी वस्तु, कोई भूत भविष्य वर्तमान काल में भी, पास में भी, दूर में भी, इनसे हटकर सूक्ष्म भी स्थूल में भी ब्रह्म से हटकर कोई वस्तु नहीं है. All are Brahman only expressing as Rupa Nama. Is it not? There is no wave in any ocean which is apart from other than the ocean, either in the past or in the present, under any circumstances. Because wave is nothing but the ocean given form and given name. That's it. Think about it more and more. This thinking more and more awakens us to this wisdom as true. In the light of this wisdom or fire of this wisdom, the ahutis or samidas of all ignorances get burnt. And what is the ignorances to be get burnt? There is something other than Brahman and I have to pursue. That is gone. There is only one thing called as Brahman, that is I am. Ho gaya? I am that Brahman. There is nothing other than Brahman to be sought. Therefore कुछ पाना नहीं है ना, कुछ खोकर पाना है, पाकर खोना है, ये सब संसार का गाना है. इन रियलिटी में कुछ खाना है ना खोना है, ना अहेयम अनुपादेयम. Two things only. There's nothing other than Brahman which can be gained or lost. Brahman also cannot be gained because it's already me. It cannot be lost because where will it go or where will I go without him? See, in this knowledge, all the delusions are getting burnt, and then the hidden Ananda, which is causeless, it just starts manifesting. That is called as Brahma Jnana ka Anand. ना कोई कई खर्चा है उसमें, ना कोई पैसा लगता है, ना कोई खरीदारी है, ना कोई व्यापार है, ना कोई लेन-देन है, ना कोई इंतज़ार है. In all other anandas, these are all the things are there. But in the discovery that Aham Brahmasmi, just it's a bliss. Just by discovering that I am Brahman, it's an infinite bliss. All other things are by doing something and getting something, that temporary ananda. And by the time you feel you are happy, it's gone. I told you the other day, ice cream. By the time you enjoy it, it is over. Then you want to eat another one. मैंने नहीं, अच्छा है खा लिया, वो भी खत्म हो रहा है. अब तीसरा खाने लग रहे तो नाक बहने लगा. अब देखो गला पकड़ लिया आपका, पेट में प्रॉब्लम. टेल मी विच इज द एनी सुख कंटिन्यूस और परमानेंट? है ही नहीं. But when I am discovering Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti, it is end of all struggles and efforts. Every effort is effort and leading to misery. Brahmananda is effortless bliss. All are effortful miseries. मेहनत भी और दुख भी. या कोई परिश्रम ही नहीं है, बस डिस्कवर करो and there is अनंत सुखम and आनंद. This is how this Brahmananda Valli in fact began. Brahmavida apnoti param. The discussion of apnoti when we saw it. Brahma apti is not apti like any unobtained object too. It is only अस्ति ब्रह्म, उसका डिस्कवर करना ही प्राप्ति है. ब्रह्म दर्शनमेव ब्रह्म प्राप्ति. दर्शना दर्शन अपेक्षत्वात् ब्रह्मणः प्राप्ति अप्राप्त्योः. If you remember, long back we discussed it. So I'll read that sentence again for you. Just feel how crystal clear is their explanation. This explanation is a consequence of the inquiry as we did in the earlier paragraph regarding Brahma Sokamayata Bhashyam Prajayeya. इन तीनों का एक्सप्लेनेशन के कारण जो सारा विश्व में परमात्मा ही है, रेदर परमात्मा के अंदर वाला रूप नाम मैनिफेस्ट होना ही ये जगत कहा जाता है. एंड व्हेन इट गोज अप टू अनमैनिफेस्ट अगेन जगत इज नॉट देयर. बट ब्रह्मन वेदर द नाम रूपात्मक जगत मैनिफेस्ट आर नॉट इज इंटैक्ट ऑलवेज देयर. The result of this inquiry is this para, which we seen already 4 times today, fifth time. Just reading to show how the flow of Bhagwan's Bhashyam. Nahi atmanah anyat anatmabhutam tat pravibhakta deshakalam sukshmam vyavahitam viprakrishtam bhutam bhavishyadva vastu vidyate. Ataha. हो गया अभी. अतः therefore नाम रूपे सर्वावस्थे ब्रह्मणा एव आत्मवती. Therefore, in all avasthas, in all places, every nama rupa have for them the Atma Brahma only. This is the very cute way of talking in this Bhagwan's Bhashya. Therefore, therefore, nama rupe sarvavasthe means all the nama rupa in all avasthas. Avastha is bhuta bhavishyat vartamana और जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति अवस्था. सो काल में भी, देश में भी या अवस्थाओं में भी कोई भी नाम रूप है. एनी रूप नाम एट एनी प्लेस, एनी रूप नाम इन एनी टाइम, एनी रूप नाम इन एनी अवस्था, जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति, ऑल ऑफ देम आर अतः नाम रूपे सर्वावस्थे ब्रह्मणा एव आत्मवती. They have Brahman alone as their Atma. Na Brahma tad Atmakam. But the most important thing is what? Brahma is not having them as Atma. They have Brahma as Atma. Brahma is not having them as Atma. Like every wave as the ocean has its Atma. Because without ocean, wave cannot. But the ocean has not got the wave called as name and form as its Atma, that without the name and form, the ocean cannot exist. No. All ornaments have the gold as their Atma. Inasmuch ornaments cannot exist without their Atma called gold. But gold has not got these Rupanama or the Abharana as its Atma, that it cannot exist without them. ऐसा नहीं. The gold can exist without Rupanama. Same way, Sarva Nama Rupe Sarvavaste Brahmanayatva Atmavati Na Brahma Tadatmakam. Brahma need not depend on them. बट सारा रूप नाम ब्रह्म को ही अपने आत्मा बनाकर ही जिंदा है. ब्रह्म को इन रूप नाम की जरूरत नहीं है. Now, these very crucial thoughts, they are the ones when we deeply mean them in our understanding, give us the vairagya adi. ब्रह्म के बिना रूप नाम नहीं रह सकते. रूप नाम के बिना ब्रह्म रह सकता है. Then you are that Brahman. Then how are you lost in रूप नाम? Then drop them. That which was giving dukkha in the name of sukha, because of which we were going on holding on to that, with one trial of dropping it, what we are achieving is one side dropping all problems once for all, second side is getting the solution once for all of discovering our Brahma Swarup. So Siddhanta Jnana is there is no Rupanama in any avastha without Brahma. Brahma is the Atma of all of them. But Brahma ka Rupanama Atma nahi hai. After this, Siddhanta Jnana is very thoroughly digested in us through further inquiry, Vicharana. Thereafter, we will not hanker behind Rupanama because they are not real. When we drop them, all dukkha goes away. And that dropping of them helps us in discovering the Brahma Swarupa. The discovery of Brahma gives infinite bliss. So this knowledge in its consequence leads to the parityaga of the Rupanama and the samsara of struggle and misery, takes us near to the Brahman whose nature, being infinite, being immaculate, birthless, deathless, he is of the blissful nature. So अतः नाम रूपे सर्वावस्थे ब्रह्मणाव आत्मवती न ब्रह्म तदात्मकम. न ते तत्प्रत्याख्याने न स्तः एव इति तदात्मके उच्यते. Why are you calling the all Rupanama have Brahman as Atma? Because te means all those Rupanamas, infinite, multiple they are, they tat pratyakhyane, minus, pratyakhyana is minus. Tat means Brahma. Tat pratyakhyana means minus Brahma, nasta eva, they never exist. Iti, therefore, tadatmike uchyate, they are said to be having Brahman only as Atma. Brahman is Sat Sadvastu. Bina Satka, everything is Sat only. It is that is why Tadatmaka unko कहते हैं. All the Rupanama are said to be having Brahman only as their Atma. Then after this, be attentive. Tabhyam cha upadhibhyam. With these two upadhis of Rupanama in its their own multiple varieties, be attentive. Jnatru, Jneya, Jnana, Shabda, Artha, Adi, Sarva, Sam, Vyavahara, Bhak, Brahma, Eva. There's no Jiva only. Brahma only is doing Vyavahara. Through the medium of that Rupanama, be attentive. Through the medium of that Rupanama, Brahman alone is becoming Jnata, he alone is becoming Jneya, he alone is becoming Jnana, he alone is becoming Shabda, he alone is being Artha, Ityadi. In this way, through all this, Sarva Samyavahara Bhak, everywhere involved in every Vyavahara, is that Brahman only. Therefore, the known is Brahman, knowledge is Brahman, knower is Brahman. That known, whatever the object is there, that also is Brahman. The Shabda which is indicating it, the name, wo bhi hai. So, Jnata, Jnanam, Gneyam, Rupam, Namam, in this form, one Brahman only is doing Vyavahara. There's nobody else Jiva at all. Like yesterday, Rama telling Valli, straight away he spoke about Atma Lakshanas. That Atma Vastu only, through this Deha, as a Valli, your husband, was doing Nautanki. Now the body is dropped, Atma has disappeared, not expressing through it. He did not talk about Jiva. When she asks, then he will talk about. But let us not get fascinated, enchanted in our life beyond a limit. While listening to the Maya, to the Jiva Bhava, to the Panchakosha, to the Prakriti, सब substantial है, इसलिए वो हमको entertainment देते हैं, वही मोह है. Because of their being substantial and giving entertainment, we start giving value to them. The moment you give value to them, then they become real, and the real reality is forgotten. Again, back to delusion. This is a trick. The enchantments of the world themselves are मोह माया. अगर वो फंस गए उसमें, आप अपने लक्ष्य को खो बैठते हो. Enchanting is their nature. Devaluing is our job to be done. Else we get lost. So in this way, all vyavahara, therefore, where is it happening? Vyavahara is happening in the vastus which have a name. And vyavahara is happening in the form of what? Jnatru Jnana Gneya. This Jnatru Jnana Gneya Rupa Vyavahara with the Rupa Nama. Who is doing all it here? Brahman only. Sarva Samyavahara Bhak is Brahma only. Therefore, Brahman alone is the mud. Brahman alone is the pot maker. Brahman alone is the made pot. He alone is the wheel. He only appearing as that. Brahman alone is the seed. Brahman alone is that land. Brahman alone is the water. All those resources. Brahman alone is sprouting. The same sprouted small seed, when it becomes a gigantic tree with so many branches and leaves, in that form, who is expressing is Brahman only. And to that, whatever the flowers or fruits or vegetables come, only Brahma hai. That's why Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam, Brahmaiva Tenagantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhinam. It takes a lot of time to come into consensus with this, because our experience presently is absolutely contradictory to this. But on inquiry, we will come to know कि anything, anywhere, first of all, it should exist. To exist, it should have existence in it, and that is Paramatma. Once Paramatma as existence is there, then only that thing is existing. After that, only any Vyavahara it is doing. Therefore, minus Brahma, there is no Vyavahara also is possible. Everything is Brahmamayam. Therefore, to come to this takes time, because we are in a different mode of sense of separation, sense of manyness, sense of otherness, maintained so strongly because of excessive value given to Rupanama. These all are called delusions. Hmm? These are all called illusions. थोड़ा सा मेहनत लगता है इस विषय को हजम करने में लिए, तो 24 घंटे आपको दी जाएगा, हजम कर लो, नहीं तो आओ बदहजमी से दवाई दे देंगे. टुमारो विल स्टडी सह आत्मा एवं काम सन तपः अतप्यता. ही हैज डन तपस्या, स तपोतप्यत, स तपस्तप्त्वा इदगम सर्वमसृजत यदिदं किंच. दिस इज वन इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक. देन तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्राविशति इज another deep explanation. So these are the things we will see tomorrow. Sarvam Bhagavad Arpanam. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परम ऋषिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायनयाज्ञवल्क्याद्य शंकरादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्यभ्यो नमः. तत्सत्. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. ओम. Now you have a taste of what is Brahma Tattva Vichara.